Welcome back to the show, and now let's continue with the fun. Insects make up to 90% of all species of animals on our planet. A segment that perhaps had the following artists thinking of the endless possibilities of exploring insects with the art of macrophotography, and along the way, found a way of giving back to society. Let's check him out. Scout, Spot, Snap. This is the order of operation Boniface has accustomed himself to with his art venture as he demonstrates this fine morning. Macrophotography is a relatively untapped niche in the Kenyan photography space.
Photography is an art of taking small subjects and magnifying them larger than their full size. You know how if you see like let's say a butterfly, it's usually very small, or maybe a ladybird. So with macro, you are able to take that photo and make it big. So whereby when somebody looks at it, yeah, you can see it's a beetle, but it's larger than its life size. Yeah. So the difference is this is more of close-up photography, whereby you go very, very close to your subject, compared with this other type of photography, whereby you can stand far and still take a photo of somebody, or maybe landscape, or maybe wildlife. So macro, you have to be very, very close to be able to capture that. Yeah. I'm a self-taught freelance photographer who enjoys shooting nature and also enjoys shooting people, but my focus really is nature and especially insect. I usually like and enjoy shooting wadudu.
Looking at the photos, one can't help but have curiosity and lots of questions about the equipment and techniques Boniface employs to capture the pictures.
For equipment, it varies. A lot of people ask me, what kind of equipment do you use? So from what I learned from Eric and Abdul, there are different ways of doing it. You can either go with a very expensive equipment and with very cheap equipment. So for equipment, you can use like a macro lens, let me say that, and you can also use extension tubes. Extension tubes are the cheapest because you can be able to get a pair, or maybe let's say 3 sizes. They come in 3 sizes for around maybe Kenya shilling 3,000, compared to a macro lens whereby you'll need like 120, 130,000 depending with the brand that you're buying. Yeah. So the good thing about macro, you can start with very, very cheap equipment, then graduate to expensive equipment. And it depends how much you want to magnify your subject. It's fairly simple. You just learn their mannerism. Number one, insects are very interesting. You know, when the sun is very, very hot, that's when they are very, very active. So the best way to capture them is either early in the morning or late in the evening. So places where you'll get them is places where there is water and there are flowers. And you can find them anywhere, anywhere. Insects, you can find them anywhere. Provided you have water and you have flowers, you will basically see them. Yeah, but as you are aware, humans have really encroached a lot of places. So my favorite places to go to shoot insects are the Ngong Forest. I've done Karura, where I live in Syokimau. There's an area which is not very, it's not encroached, let me say. And now that it's raining, a lot of wildflowers have come. Yeah? So it's easy for me, especially in the evening when I take a walk, I just go there for an hour or two, and I'm able to capture a lot. Yeah.
Showcasing the importance of insects in ecosystems is one way of reconnecting humans with nature. This has been extensively underscored in his work.
The most important, let me say, creatures are insects. Yeah. You know, without insects, human cannot survive. Yeah. For instance, taking into account bees. If bees disappeared in our world today, as humans, we won't be able to survive. Yeah? So by telling stories like there's a time I did I think it's like 2 years ago, I was able to tell a story of bees and the importance of bees in our society, what they do, especially when it comes to pollination and food production, especially for humans. So when I showcase these insects, beside their beauty, their colors, I also tell people the importance of taking care of insects, because once they disappear, it means us as human beings won't be able to get food, because they help in cross pollination. And at the same time, you get to inform people of their importance, especially to nature and the world at large.
Through his photography, the artist has been able to impact the lives of many, quite notably those of young children battling with cancer at the Kenyatta National Hospital early at the onset of his career.
And around 1999, a friend of mine, a neighbor's child, was sick and was admitted at Kenyatta National Hospital. So on that particular day, we went to visit the child, but unfortunately the child had passed on the previous night, which was very, very sad. And at that time, I was young, and I used to be a Sunday school teacher. So we saw kids at Kenyatta National Hospital who are battling with cancer. And we decided, even though this child had passed on, we can stay and play with the other kids. And one of the workers there, who was a matron, her name is Mrs. Wangombe, encouraged us to be coming and visit the children. And that's how it all started. So after some years, as we continued to volunteer at the hospital, time went by, and around 2012, a friend of mine who used to work for Nation Media, his name is James Njuguna, asked me, can we do something just to tell people the stories of these children who are battling with cancer? And that's how a project called Keeping the Smile was born. So during that time, we got an opportunity through Giraffe Center. The hospital gave us permission to take the children outside. And we realized how powerful nature was, especially to the children, because, children who battle with cancer, they undergo a lot of pain. But when we took them outside, Giraffe Center gave them an opportunity to go to the animal orphanage, to go to Giraffe Center, Mamba Village, Shedricks Park. And you could see the excitement, because these children spend most of their time at the hospital, but on that particular day, their life totally changed. So we saw how powerful nature was to them. So with my friend, around 2012, we asked for permission at the Kenyatta National Hospital if we could teach these children how to use point-and-shoot cameras and document their story. So the hospital accepted, and we were given permission. We got permission also from the parents, and we worked with around 36 children. And out of that, we were able to do an exhibition which took like 2 months at the hospital in one of the corridors. And another thing, we were able to publish a book, which I'll be able to show you. And after that, unfortunately, most of those children passed on. So as somebody who has volunteered at Kenyatta National Hospital for all these years, I felt, I won't be there forever, but I wanted to do something that will bring a difference to the hospital.
In his parting shot, Boniface implores artists of every kind to strive to use their art as an avenue to touch and transform the lives of others.
Well, as human beings, we are not immortal. One day, we will leave the earth. It's something that is inevitable. Yeah. So these skills that we all have as artists in different genres, I think it's important for you to leave a legacy that will outlive yourself. So for me, I feel as a photographer, as an artist, by sharing, by doing something that will outlive me, will also be an inspiration to the world and the people who will be able to see my work and know its importance, and also to the children who battle with cancer. People to know that when a child is diagnosed with cancer, it doesn't mean it's the end of their life, but they can still live and achieve what they want to achieve in life. So for me, it's very, very important for us to share our work with other people, because again, we won't be here forever. Yeah. On Instagram, you'll find me on Boni Muthoni Images. On Facebook, the same name, Boni Muthoni Images. We can be able to connect there.
To simply put it, when talent meets philanthropy, great things happen.